Last year, Team Spirit brought us Spirit Reforged, a reimagining of the Spirit mod. Last week, they released its first major update, Sunscorched. Since I don't have anything else to say for this intro, let's get started. Really quickly before we start, I forgot to mention one discovery from the initial release. It's generated with the grave with wavy text. Now let's get started. First off, in tradition with the original release, we now have a new title screen. Last one was the Savannah, this one is the new Salt Flats biome. I'll talk about that later on in its own section. First thing we'll talk about is the big thing from this update, that being the desert expansion. In the main desert biome, desert ruins can be found on the surface as well as underground. You can also find underground oases that have chests full of ocean-related items. I wonder what that's for. Anyway, let's move on to the major additional structure, that being the ziggurat. This is a large structure that spawns on the desert surface with its own OST. Any song that uses a didgeridoo is automatically peak. The main interior is underground and full of a lot of riches to reap for ye. These range from gems to accessories or to weapons. Also keep an eye out for grave robbers since they also have riches for you to reap, especially those gems you'll really want. Aside from the main features and encounters, one thing I do like about these is the ziggurat torches since they automatically turn on when you pass them. I don't know. I'm just really easy to please with tiny details in Terraria mods. There's one more thing to mention, but we'll talk about that later. Stactus. As for a new ecotone, in between the snow and desert biomes sits the salt flats. This is probably left here from when I first fought Dukefish Run in Eternity mode. Throughout the flats are stupas, reliquaries with items, and small structures with crates. You probably won't see people drifting around though. Since they aren't guaranteed, there's also a seed for a giant salt biome in the spawn. Also, if you haven't noticed, some of the salt has reflections. This is better than most AAA games nowadays. F! You're curious. There's a new furniture set that looks cool. If you're worried about running out of salt, just make an osmosifier. Generate salt when placed in water. Unlimited salt derived from the salt dimension created from my fight with Eternity Dukefish Run. This is probably the most at home I've felt in a Terraria mod. Stactus. As you'd expect, new major update means new weapons. I'm also going to include weapons from the minor updates in between since I didn't make videos on those and this section would be really short otherwise. You thought I was just gonna be showing you the fight, didn't you? You were wrong. I was waiting for you to let your guard down before I surprise attacked you. Scarabeus drops weapons for every class, Scarab Bombs, because why wouldn't it? It's in the name. Bedouin Armor, Iridescent Dye, your essential Terraria boss drops, the Scarab Radio, which plays a funky version of Scarabeus' theme, and a Radiator. As for the difficulty, if watching it wasn't enough, I'd say it isn't that hard for where it's tiered. If I wasn't completely washed and going in blind, probably wouldn't have lost on my first attempt. It would definitely be easier if I didn't restrict myself by not using the Shield of Cthulhu for added difficulty and staying at pre-I tier. I was also trying to avoid going crazy with the setup. Anyway, that should cover it for the latest update of Spirit Reforged. I eagerly await for whatever... Wait. Who the hell are you? What?!
Your life, literally, you serve, is as valuable as a summer ant.
Okay, now it's over. Like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, I'm excited to see what comes next from Team Spirit. If things continue like this, I'm really curious about what other bosses will be like. Stactus.